Hey friend, welcome to Menopause and Motherhood. Today I want to take you behind the scenes of my own journey because in just 5 weeks I lost half a stone and I want to share with you how I did it and how you can do it too. Hey friend, welcome to Menopause and Motherhood, the empowering podcast made just for menopausal mums juggling the beautiful chaos of family life. If you're ready to reclaim your health, confidence and sanity, including managing weight and feeling strong again, you are in the right place. I'm your host SJ, and together we'll navigate menopause with practical, real-world advice focused on rest, fuel and movement, the 3 pillars that support weight loss, boost your energy and help you feel like yourself again. Today's episode is brought to you with Wellosophy. Right now I'm loving their Meta Boost. It helps me keep cravings under control and gives my metabolism that little kick I really need. Use the link in the show notes to get 15% off your first order. Hey friend, welcome back to today's episode. As I said in the introduction, I want to take you on behind the scenes of my own journey because this summer I lost half a stone in just 5 weeks. And I want to show you how I did it. And I also want to take you on this journey with me too. But before I dive into the how, today I want to focus on the why and specifically the mindset shift that made it possible. Because without that, none of the practical stuff would have worked. And I want to encourage you to make sure that you have subscribed to the podcast so that when the next episode is released, and I know you want all the practical steps, you are going to be able to listen to it the minute it lands in your earbuds. So I want to take you into a little bit about my story and why this matters. So we're in the UK and halfway through July, the kids go on holiday for 6 weeks in the summer. And at that point, I found myself really in a place that I didn't want to be. I know that peri-menopause has been creeping in. I talk about it all the time. And with it came some extra weight that I was really struggling to shift. And it wasn't about how I looked. It was about how I felt in myself. Like, I have always been a fit, healthy person. I have been fortunate that weight has never been a struggle for me. It's not something that I've ever had to think of. But when I was going out for a run, I was finding that I was getting pain, my joints were hurting, I felt sluggish, and honestly, it was just absolutely chipping away at my confidence. Like, I had always enjoyed running, particularly running with my dogs. I was running before I had my daughter. I was running after I had my daughter, like pretty quickly after I gave birth. I was running when I was pregnant. And I found myself moaning to Tim and saying, my ankles hurt, my back hurt, my hips hurt. And I'd been to a physio, it wasn't helping. I'd been to chiropractors, it wasn't helping. And I just spent so much money on going to these specialists. And I found myself in this place where I was like, right. Tim said to me, he was like, oh, why don't you go and see the physio again? And I just said to myself, no, I'm not going to spend any more money going to see these medical professionals until I have sorted my weight out. Because I know that as a personal trainer, of course I know this, that if you are carrying extra weight, your body is going to find it harder to do these things. And I remember thinking to myself, I do not want to stay here in this place. I don't want to go backwards. I need to make a change, and I am not prepared to spend any more money going to see physios, going to see chiropractors until I have got myself to what I would consider a good weight for myself, the weight that I was at when before peri-menopause kicked in after I'd had Chloe. And I thought to myself, I am not going to go and see any more medical professionals until I've got myself back to a healthy weight and to what I think is a healthy weight for myself. And this was the mindset shift. And this was the turning point for me. And it was particularly at the start of the summer holidays because I knew that I had like a set period of time. I knew that I was going to be in a different routine. I was going to have potentially a little bit more time because I wasn't going to be rushing around and doing the school run. And at this point, I also decided to partner with a company called Oriflame that I have talked about on this podcast before. I partnered with Oriflame because they have three what I would consider to be really important products that I knew were going to support me on this journey. One of them I've spoken about on this podcast before, which is the Wellness Pack, which has got all of the vitamins and minerals and everything that our body needs to support ourselves. It also has the product that I was talking about at the start of this episode, which is something called Meta Boost, and it works in a similar way to Mounjaro because it helps your body to increase the GLP-1, which I've spoken about in the previous episode as well. And it also has another product that I have spoken about as well in this podcast, which is the meal replacement shake, which I've been using to fuel my body post-workout. So I partnered with Oriflame and I made this mindset shift in my mind at the start of the school holidays because I realized I just couldn't dabble anymore. I couldn't rely on motivation that came and went. I absolutely had to commit to something, and I needed to commit to something that had like a really clear end point. And for me, that really meant deciding I'm going to make this change and I am not going back to where I was. I was moving forward no matter what. And one of the things that I did differently at the start of the holidays was I actually really invited God to come on this journey with me. I really wanted to lean on him through this journey because I knew it was going to be a challenge. I wanted his support when it came to this process to guide me, to give me strength. And also I prayed on the relationship that I had and the partner company that I was going to use. And I really felt that he was saying that actually Oriflame was a company that I could get on board with and that I was going to have success with. And since those 5 weeks, absolutely, it's been an absolute joy sharing these products with other women. It's one of the reasons why I talk about them. And if you have had some Oriflame products from me, if you have clicked that link in the show notes, I really want to say a massive thank you because your support and your trust and your belief in me means everything. And I really want to take you on this journey with me. And I just want to spend this episode today talking about this mindset shift and really encouraging you to think about what is going on in your mind that is stopping you from doing this. Because we do really know all the practical how-to stuff, but until we make that point and we make that shift in our mind mentally, it's not going to work. And like I said, for me, it really meant deciding I'm going to make this change and I'm not going back to where I was. I'm moving forward no matter what. And after that point, I really did start to see myself differently, like not as someone so much trying to lose weight, but someone who really wants to take care of her health and who deserves to feel good in her body. And I believe that for you as well. And also this belief that peri-menopause wasn't going to rule my life. And it wasn't going to be an excuse for feeling like unhealthy, for feeling unfit, and for not actually living my life to the fullest. Because I'm only 44, I consider myself to be like only halfway through my life. And I want to make sure that the rest of my life is as full and fantastic as it possibly can be. And the way that I knew that I can do that is by making sure that my body is healthy and it is at a healthy weight. Because if I'm struggling at 44 years old because I'm a bit overweight and my body is finding it hard to run and do the things that I used to do, I was thinking, goodness, what am I going to be like in 20 years' time? And once that mindset shift was in place, the rest became so much easier. Now, the big lesson really here that we talk about, and I talk about it all the time sat behind this microphone, but it's not easy, The truth is that weight loss means better health and more energy. And it doesn't start with like the food or the exercise that we do. It starts with mindset. And it starts with deciding that you are worth the effort, that you want something different and that you're willing to commit to it. And if I go back to this point where it's talking about that you are worth the effort, I want you to think, particularly if you're a Christian, I want you to look at yourself in the way that Jesus looks at you and think about what he wants for you. And really, if you have a relationship with God, which I know a lot of you do that listen to this podcast, I want you to lean into that, because that was what I did this time. And I think that is one of the biggest reasons why I have had success in the past 5 weeks and why my mindset is quite different, because I'm leaning on God, I'm leaning into him, and I'm asking him to go on this journey with me. And I really want to encourage you, if you are listening right now and you're feeling stuck, that maybe that's the step that you need to take today. Now, in the next episode, I am going to share the exact practical steps that I took of how I tracked my food, why sleep was so important, and how I used this rest, fuel, move approach that you've heard me talk about in this podcast to lose half a stone in just 5 weeks. But for today, I really want you to think about your mindset when it comes to your weight and the challenges that you might be facing when it comes to your weight loss. And if you are fed up, like I was, with battling this stubborn menopause weight that just won't shift, I get it, and I know how frustrating it feels because I've been there too. But the good news is that you don't actually have to do this on your own. And in just 5 weeks, I managed to lose half a stone without crash diets or endless cardio. And I want to take you on this journey and partner on this journey with me. So what I've actually done is I've looked back at my last 5 weeks and I've created a 5-week one-to-one weight loss coaching. And together what we're going to do is we're going to build a plan that works for you, your body, your hormones, and your lifestyle, so that you can actually feel better and you can feel lighter, healthier, more confident in yourself. And as I put it on one of my social media posts, to actually start feeling like yourself again, because you deserve to. And I understand how frustrating it can be. So if this is resonating with you, this is exactly why I created this 5-week coaching program. It's designed to help women like you and me to make that same mindset shift. And then I'm going to help you, and we're going to support it and back it up with really simple, doable steps. So as we shift into September, into a new season, and you feel that you're ready to start your own journey, the link to that coaching program is in the show notes. And I would also encourage you to make sure that you are subscribed to the podcast, because when the next episode drops, you will be the first to know, because that episode is going to give you the practical stuff, the practical steps that I took to ensure that I lost half a stone in just 5 weeks over the summer holidays with my daughter in tow. Come and join me on that coaching program. The link is in the show notes, and I look forward to catching you in the next episode.
Thank you for listening to my mum's podcast. I hope you like it. Please share it with a friend.
Thanks so much for listening to Menopause and Motherhood. I hope you found today's episode helpful and inspiring as you navigate this journey. Remember, it's all about small steps, resting well, fueling your body, and moving in ways that feel good for you. And don't forget to check out Mother Cup of Tea for the perfect moment of calm in your busy day. If you enjoyed the show, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other amazing mums like you. Take care, and I'll see you next time.